Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lecture, I draw the three views: top view, front view, and right side view of the given drawing. So, first, I draw a 4-page in AutoCAD 2020. In landscape, the length of a 4-page is 297 mm and width is 210 mm. So, I draw a rectangle of length 297. So first type REC for rectangle command, specify first corner of point. Now give dimensions, so click on dimensions and give dimension of, specify length for rectangle, so length is 297 mm and width is 210 mm. So this is the 4-page in landscape format, length 297 and width 210 mm. Now draw margin line by offset command. So for offset command, type O, specify offset distance. After distance is 10 mm. Select object to offset and enter. Click for offset and then OK. Now these are margin lines. The length of this line is 297 minus 20, 10 from this side and 10 from this side. So this is equal to 277 and this width is equal to 190 millimeters. Now I do sheet division. So for sheet division, I make a new layer of name sheet division. Change the color, continuous line, and change the weight to 0.05 mm. Now for sheet division, I find X and Y. So total length minus length of front view plus length of side view whole divided by 3. Total length of this line is 277 mm. Total length is equal to 277 mm. This is equal to 2 minus length of front view. Length of front view is equal to 96 mm. Length of front view is equal to 96 mm. Length of side view is equal to 64 mm. Length of side view is equal to 64 mm whole divided by 3. So X is equal to 39 mm. Similarly, Y is equal to total width. So total width of this line is 190 mm minus height of front view. Height of front view is 64 mm. So type 64 mm here. Height of top view is also equal to 64 mm. So type 64 here. So Y is equal to 20.33 mm. This is total sheet division. Now I do sheet division according to this calculation. X is equal to 39 mm and Y is equal to 20.33 mm. So double click on sheet division layer and with the help of line command, draw a line of X is equal to 39 mm, Y is equal to, first on the ortho mode, then type L for line command. In the X axis, draw a line of 39 mm. In Y direction, draw a line of 20.66 mm. Now draw your length of front view. Length of front view is equal to 96 mm. 96. Enter. Now height of front view is 64 mm. 64, 96, and this is equal to 64 mm. Now draw box for top view. So this Y distance is 20.66 millimeter. Now the length of top view is 96 millimeter. Length of top view is a 96 millimeter. Height of top view is 64 millimeter. This is height of top view, which is equal to 64 millimeter. Length is 96 and height is equal to 64 millimeter. Now for side view, type L command. Start from this corner. This distance is 39 millimeter from the sheet division. Height and width, length and width of side view is 64. Length is also equal to 64 and height is also equal to 64. So this is 64. Length is 64. This is 64. And this is 64. Now delete these extra portion. Now this is sheet division. Now draw another box here for your name, your registration number, your assignment number, your scale, etc. Now draw the first I draw the front view, then top view, and then right side view. For this I make another layer. Name the layer as front view, top view, and right side view. Change the color of this layer. This is continuous line and thickness of visible line is 0.30 millimeter. Now first I draw front view here. So from here in the front, first I draw this L shape. The length of this L shape is 96 millimeter. This width is 64 millimeter. This thickness is 16 millimeter from here, 16, and then the length of this line is 96 minus 16, which is equal to 80 millimeter. So this line is 80 millimeter. So first I draw this L shape. Delete these lines. Here I draw visible lines. First select the layer of front view, top view, and right side view. Draw here line of 96 millimeter. This line of 64 millimeter. Thickness is 16 millimeter. And this line is equal to 64 minus 16. So 64 minus 16 is equal to 48 millimeter. This is 48 millimeter. This line is 80 millimeter. And join this. So I completed this L shape. This length is 96. This length is 64. This thickness is 16. This length is 64 minus 16, which is equal to 48 millimeter, and this length is 96 minus 16, which is equal to 80 millimeter. So I completed this L shape. Now I can easily draw this portion. So the height of this portion is 28 millimeter. The thickness of this portion is 8 millimeter. Thickness of this portion is 8 millimeter. This is 28 and this is 40. This total length is 40 millimeter. 48 plus 24 plus 8 is equal to 24 millimeter. Now I draw this portion. So I start from this edge, from this corner, and draw this 40 millimeter. This is equal to 40 millimeter. Line, draw a line of 40 millimeter. This height is 28 millimeter. This height is a 28 millimeter. The thickness of this portion is 8 millimeter. Now draw here a line of 28. This is 28 millimeter, and this thickness is 8 millimeter. Now no need of these extra line. Now draw an arc of radius diameter 24, so radius will be equal to 12 millimeter. So draw an arc here of radius 12 millimeter. So type A for arc command, specify start point of arc, then specify second point of arc or center or end. So click on end and specify end point of arc. Now specify center point of arc or angle, direction or radius. Click on radius and give the radius of arc as a 12 millimeter. So I completed this portion, and the radius of this arc is 12 millimeter and die is a 24 millimeter. Now join this edge to this edge. Simply join. Off ortho mode and simply join these portions. Erase these extra lines. Now this in front view, this edge is hidden. In front of this edge is hidden, and this edge is hidden. This edge is at a distance of 20 plus radius 8. Die is 16, so radius is 8. So this edge is at a distance of 20 plus 8, 28 millimeter. So first make clear for hidden line. Hidden line. Enter. Change the color of hidden line. Continue load. Go to hidden line. OK. Select hidden line, then OK. Double click on hidden line layer. So hidden line at a distance of 28 millimeter from this edge. On the ortho mode, type 28, enter. This hidden line width is 16 millimeter. Erase this. So front view is completed. Now I draw top view. This is completed. Now I draw top view. So in the top, first I see this rectangle. The length of this rectangle is 64 from here, 64 millimeter, and width is 16 millimeter. So length is 64 millimeter. First select front view, top view, side view. Line command, L command for line, 64. This is 16 millimeter. This is 64, and this is 16 millimeter. So this rectangle is completed. Now I draw this portion. So here are three rectangles. One is this rectangle, second is this rectangle, third is this rectangle. The width of this rectangle is 8 and length is 64 minus 22. तो 64 minus 22 से हमारे साथ आता 64 minus 22 is equal to 42 millimeter. So width of rectangle is 8 millimeter, length is 42 millimeter, this is 8 millimeter. So I completed this rectangle. Now I draw this rectangle. This portion is seen as a rectangle and top view. So its width is 24 and length is 42 millimeter. width is 24 and length is 42 millimeter, and this is 24. Now I draw the third rectangle whose length is 8 and width is 8 millimeter and length is 42 millimeter. Eight 42 millimeter. Join this. Now here is a center line. Here is a center line 12 millimeter from this edge. First I make a layer for center line. Enter. Change the color of center line. This is not continuous line, so click on load, go to center line, select here center line from here, then click on OK. Now double click on center line to select this layer. Now draw center line which is at 12 millimeter from this edge, and this center line is 42 millimeter. Now I completed this portion. Now I draw this rectangle shape. So the length of this rectangle is 40 millimeter because total is 96. 96 minus 16 minus 40. So if I subtract this total portion from 96, so this is equal to this length. So total length is 96. This total length is 16 plus 8 plus 24 plus 8, which is equal to 56. So 96 minus 56 is equal to 40 millimeter. So the length of this rectangle is 40 and width is 12 millimeter. If I delete this, length of this rectangle is, first change the layer, then type line L for line command, length is 40, width is 12, our length is, and length is equal to 40 millimeter. So this rectangle is completed. Now I can easily draw this portion. Okay, I can easily draw this portion. So first I draw this line. So total length of this portion is 64 millimeter. This is 24 millimeter. This diameter is 16 millimeter. So 24 plus 16 is equal to 40. So 64 minus 40 is equal to 24. So this total region is 24 and this small region is 12. 24 minus 12 is equal to 12 millimeter. So this portion is 12 millimeter. So type L. This region is 12 millimeter. This length is equal to 20 millimeter. Now I draw this portion. This portion is 24 and this is 16. Type L for line command. This is equal to 24, 20. Erase this extra portion, and the radius of this arc is 8 millimeter. Die is 16, so radius will be 8 millimeter. So I draw this by arc command. Type A for arc. Specify start point of arc. Now click on end. Specify end point of arc. I draw arc from this point, start point, then specify end point of arc, then go to radius from here and give radius of 8 millimeter. erase this portion, no need of. Now simply join this by line command. Now check the top view. Now top view is completed. Now I draw side view, right side view. So first I draw three rectangles. One rectangle is this, second rectangle is this, and third rectangle is this. So the length of this rectangle is 24 and width is 16 millimeter. So length is 24, width is 16. 24 and 16. Now I draw this portion is seem like a rectangle. Width is 16 and this length is 16. 16 by 16. 16 by 16. And 16. Simply join this. Delete this line and now draw a third triangle of length 24 and width 16. Specify first point of the line. This is 24, this is 16 and this is 24. Now I completed this portion. Now I can easily draw this rectangle. The length of this rectangle is 28 and height is 12 millimeter. Height is 28 and width is 12 millimeter. Height is equal to 28. Our width and width is equal to 12 millimeter. 28. Erase this line, no need of this line. Now I can easily draw this rectangle. As we know the total length of this rectangle, this line is 42 and this is 12. So this width is 42 minus 12 and 42 minus 12 is equal to 30. So length is 30 and height is 28. Length is 30 millimeter and height is 28 millimeter. Now join this line. Simply join this line. Erase this line, no need of this line. Now here is an arc and side view. Here is an arc of radius 48 millimeter. This is an arc of radius 48 millimeter. So I draw an arc of radius of 48 millimeter. Start point, then end point, and then select radius from here and give radius equal to 48 millimeter. So I draw this arc. Now there is one hidden line in from side view. This below edge is seen as hidden from this side, and this hidden line is at a depth of 12 millimeter and total length is 42 millimeter. So from the side Here total depth is 12 mm. First select head and line. Depth is 12 mm and this total length is 42 mm. Delete this extra portion. Now side view is completed. So I draw front view, top view and side view of the given figure. Now give the dimension. For dimension, make a new layer of dimensions. For dimension, type dim command and give dimension where necessary. First select the dimension from here, then give dim command for dimension. Change the color of dimension line to red. Then dimension line of continuous lines and change the thickness of dimension line to 0.05 mm. Now give dimension, type dim for dimension. Give dimension where is necessary. Similarly give all dimension. Similarly for text, go to by default here and type text here. Type text for text command. Specify start font of text. This is start font of text. Specify height of text 4, angle of text 0. Now write your name, your registration number, your section, assignment, etc. Now give print, convert this to PDF format for printing and other necessary actions. So go to print, convert this to PDF, drawing to PDF. ISO A4 297 multiplied by 210. From display, select window, first corner and last corner of this window. Now center the plot and then click on OK. Give name this assignment 3. Section A, section B, click on save. So this is the final PDF file of drawing. So for more upcoming videos, please subscribe, like and watch my YouTube channel. Thank you.